Hey, it's Maria Hargis again. Today I'm back with using Medibang Paint Pro. Last time we left off, I was talking to you about doing rough drafts, and this program is really great. Today what we're going to do is we're going to look a little bit into adding color. And so what I do is I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to call this one color. Yeah, I just have simple names. I didn't name this one last time, so I'm going to call this one drawing. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with the color one, we're going to use the watercolor paints and paintbrushes and all. So now I think what we're going to do is I'm going to get a skin color. That's a pretty good one. Now, the zoom in button's over here at the top and the zoom out button's here. You can also use Control-0 when you want to zoom all the way back to the big picture. So if you zoom all the way in like this, and you're like, I don't know where I'm at. Okay, let's use Control-0. Bang, we're back where we began. So for now, I am going to do this, and I'm going to work around her eyes, and I'm going to start putting color. I will start cleaning up all the rough drafts after I just start putting a base color on it. So I can get an idea what everything's going to look like. It gives me a little easier. It's a little easier when you start adding the color, so then you kind of know where everything is. At least the base is. And now if you notice, it does this, and it goes over a line. Now, what I like to do to fix this is I go over to the tab here, and you have different types of layers you can set. This is normal right now. I like to make this multiple. By making this multiple, then it just puts the color there, and it actually puts the black lines, as part of it. So that way, that works very well. And I can do that. Now, so I'll go in here and add the color to the screen like this. So now you can see some of the color, and it kind of makes it sticks out a little bit. And because it's another layer, it doesn't blend in with your colors. So that's another reason why I put it in the layer together like that, because I don't want the black lines to be like kind of blur and mixed together. So for this, it's better just to go ahead and kind of make it as another layer for the colors. Kind of separates them, and then you can kind of like do like different things around and focus more on the skin or things like that. Now for the eyes, trying to remember, I think she's got get out of this, go into this, go into this. Oh yeah, she kind of had like brownish eyes. There we go. So go over here and kind of put like brown. That's a good one right there. And make it like that. Alright, so we got that. And then we zoom out, and then you can kind of see what it looks like. Haven't finished putting all the pink. So what I can do is, because I didn't see all that, go there. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in. And now we're just going to finish off that little part right here. Like this. Now what I'm going to do is go to this part right here. We're going to get the eraser. And we're going to fix around all these little edges. And make this a little bit easier. Okay, there we go. And then we can start working on this eyelash stuff. So then we go back over here and we go back to black, and we're going to go back to the regular pen. And I think we should just zoom out just slightly a little. There we go. Now we want this one to be about the size of that, which is probably a, yeah, it looks like it's 12. And then go around. And then we can use the eraser here to fix this. Then what we can do, get an angle like this. And then go out a little bit like this. A little bit on the eraser. Yeah, that's slightly off. It's probably because the eyelash. This eyelash is too close, which is supposed to be a surprise anyway, so we're going to erase a lot of that off. Now, this little crossover, we can fix that with putting another layer and then putting stuff on top, and we don't necessarily have to make it a multiple layer. So there's a way to fix this little edge. So I'll worry about that later. For now, it's just about to get the eyelashes right for the character. You know, because right now as it is, the eye is so big that it doesn't make sense for that to be there. So there we go. And alright, so if we zoom out, there you go. It's looking more like an eye. It's a little sloppy, but it's looking more like an eye. We just may need a little bit of cleanup. But what we're going to do is go through a smaller pen and we're going to do the eyelid. So smaller signs will actually make this more significant and stop out. So what we'll do is go like this around and make it look like this comes part over here like that. See, I have this thing called the anti-aliens. Well, basically it corrects when your hand shakes and stuff like that, when the screen and anytime you draw on there. I'm going to be honest with you, it never picks everything up. It still has some lines where you're going to have a little bit of waviness on it, because I've tried with many other software programs to use that. It could be because my hand shakes more than others. I mean, I am 36 years old, so I heard as you get older, you tend to have, more issues. But that's why I'm like, I usually do a lot of racings and I usually do a lot of different styles. My style is very different. So I have a couple of things to where, as an artist, you just have things you have to deal with and you're like, okay, whatever. I'll just go back and fix it and do what I need to do, and eventually it will look right. And it does after a while. Sometimes I just have to work on it quite a bit for it to get fixed and everything. But this is what I mean when I talk to a few of y'all folks about, about these programs and everything and the shaking and everything. Because no matter how great your technology is, there are some things that you're always going to have an issue with, and you just have to figure out how to work around it. And mine usually means I sometimes have to zoom in really good and in to fix the shaking, and you know what? It tends to be easier to draw when you're zooming really close. The only problem is you don't see everything very well when you do that. That's the only problem about that, is that you get kind of lost in it because it's so big, the picture, you know. But if you really want to fix the steadiness, then sometimes you really have to zoom in a lot for it to get fixed. And that's how I've learned how to deal with it. I've learned how to deal with it where I'm like, okay, I just have to accept that my hand likes to shake, and I can't really do much about it sometimes. Alright. So that kind of gives you a little idea today on how to do the coloring, and basically, you know, a lot of time with these programs you're going to have to do, most of the time when you're spending your time doing graphic designs or you're doing comics and everything, you're going to have to just, you know, experiment and figure some stuff out on your own and all. But this is what I have found that works for me and all. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If y'all would like to support me on Patreons, just go ahead and click on the link in the description. Check out my website. I have blogs on there. I have an event page, and I also have products. So I do have a really cool t-shirt of Lynn that's actually on there. So if you want to buy a t-shirt, it's a great way to support me too. You don't necessarily always have to sign up for Patreon, but if you like cool stuff, there are some pretty cool stuff. I even have a shirt that's called Chaotic Mess. Yes, which is a beautiful shirt for those who have kids. You probably would get a crack out of that, and just, it's a nice thing to have. And there's even a mug that says Chaotic Mess. So it's something like, you know, if you're drinking your morning coffee and you're dealing with trying to like get all the kids ready for school and stuff like that, yeah, it's a nice piece of art to have around. So definitely check those things out and stay in tune for more cool stuff, and I'll see y'all guys later. Bye.